In this video we will see how we configure MongoDB databases. MongoDB database is a NoSQL database which uses JSON-like documents. So if you have your own MongoDB database, you can add it to the studio. We will start by clicking on the Add Connectors option. Next, we will select the MongoDB database option. Here we will give it a category name and a description. I can even change the icon if I want. For configuring this database, these are the fields which are available. The host name and database name are mandatory fields and the rest all are optional. Let's click on Continue, and here we will click on Attest. Here we will have to give our database's host name or IP address. Next, we will give our database a name and then give it a username and a password. Depending upon the rights of the username and password fields, you will either be able to perform a read-only operation or read and write operations. Now I will give it an account name and click on Submit. So this success message shows that our database has been configured. And now we can close this. We can see this new database added under the Custom Database Connectors section. Next we need to add a query to this database. Here I can give it a service name. Here it will list all the collections present in my database. Now I will select the collection named Listing and Reviews. We can see the list of actions here which are supported for our MongoDB database. Each of these actions perform specific actions as suggested by their names. For this video let's select Find Action, and here you can configure the rest of the parameters and these changes based on the action that you have selected. For Find we can see we have Filter, Projection, Sort, Limit and Skip as the properties. If I change it to Insert 1, there is just one property available here, which is Insert. Likewise, for Update 1 we can see we have Filter, Update and Options as the available parameters. Let's add a limit of 10 and also add the skip parameter as 0. Next, we will run this. Here we can see the result on the right side, and the rows affected are 10 since we have given a limit of 10. We can have dynamic variables in our query using the Add Variable option. Let's give the limit parameter a dynamic value, and we will select Type as Integer and give it a test value. We can also add a help text here as needed. Adding the variable is the same as other DB connectors. Let us add another variable parameter here. We will name it skip, and even this is going to be integer type. And we will give it a test value and add it. Now we can replace this value by our variable enclosed in double curly braces. Once we run this, we will see the same output where the rows affected is 10 and the skip value is 0. This is because we gave 10 and 0 as our test values. Moving on to other options, projection helps you to include or exclude keys from the result. For example, if I don't want space key returned in my result, I will simply add a space key, and I can either do false or 0 to exclude it. So here you can see the space key has been excluded from the result. Similarly, if I want to include a specific key, I can change it to 1 and the result will include only the values that have a space key in them. I can confirm this by running it again. Using filters we can provide queries using various MongoDB operators. We will now try to filter out a single veil with a specific name. As you can see, when I add this filter, it returns me a single entry with that specific name. Next I will save this. You can see our query has been added here. Using this is the same as using any other query of another DB connector or the REST API connector. You can refer to the video in description for learning more about it. So this is how we configure a MongoDB connector. Thank you for watching. For more videos visit our YouTube page.